Alright, so this video is just going to be on some really great fellowship I had today. Nothing special. This isn't going to be a deep philosophical video or a deep video about science, philosophy, and faith, which is what I normally do. This one's just going to be about fellowship and about the need for Christian fellowship. And, kind of that deep need that God put in all of us. And just talk about the day that I had. So I ended up going to church today, and later I ended up hanging out with my friend Randy. We went for a brief walk in the woods near my house, which is basically a swamp that people have turned into a little park, just by putting bridges in there. They don't even really take care of this, the trees and stuff. They don't domesticate this particular park. They really just let it go, which is great. It's the way it's supposed to be, and you end up seeing so much amazing wildlife. And being more of a wetland, it's really something. You see some very neat creatures living in the woods. You always end up seeing something neat whenever you go there. So then, after being there for like maybe 15-20 minutes, Randy and I ended up going over to Ryan's house. We went swimming. And then two other guys showed up, and then I ended up spending a little time in the sauna, and then we ended up going back to Ryan's house, and the five of us decided we wanted to go for a hike. So we all went, and we ended up getting lost in these different woods. So it's not the tiny park near my house. It was actually this huge park, and I don't want to reveal where I was because I don't want weird people on YouTube to know where I live, but that's okay. So the five of us ended up getting lost in the woods and just enjoying God's beauty. God is just amazing. He's so great in the things that He made. I ended up talking about creation and evolution to one of the guys for a huge part of the trip, and I was like, yeah, this guy's great. He's just listening to my ideas, listening to me talk, and just really hearing what I have to say. If you've really got something to say, then having somebody who is a listener is really great to have. And I'm sure those of you out there who tend to be talkers know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. So basically we all ended up getting lost in the woods, and then four of us ended up going to Applebee's right afterwards, and Ryan ended up running kind of late for work. And I feel like I've kind of summarized my whole day in just under 3 minutes. So I really didn't get to go into the deep richness of the day, but I think it was just so great to hang out and be able to fellowship with other people. And I just think that's something that's really important, something that's kind of overlooked. We don't really have to. Very often I think we have kind of a TV-oriented culture where we just focus on, okay, what's on TV? What kind of movie can we go see? Let's go to the mall. And it's just sit back and enjoy creation. It's like one person that I know of became a Christian. He was I don't know if he was a draft dodger, but he was supposed to go to Vietnam, and he decided not to. He decided he wanted to go run away, and he ran away to the cabin in the woods. And just from being in the cabin in the woods, I think he had his bachelor's in biology at this time or something along those lines. Just from being in the woods, he's like, Darwin is wrong, and well, A, God is real, B, Darwin was most definitely wrong, because things that we're seeing out in these woods, you can very clearly see the handiwork of God in these woods, and it's not something that was developed through slow, gradual, random processes plus natural selection. It's not, that really doesn't explain the beauty that we have. It's just kind of that instinct that people have that clearly there must be a God. When they're deep in nature, with no outside influence. So I think that just being out in nature and being able to commune with God is something if that can bring somebody who's basically a hardcore atheist and a liberal to becoming a Christian, that speaks very highly of the power of creation. You know, Romans 1:20, of course, talks about this sort of thing. And so anyway, today I think I just got it was a very, very good day that God gave me. I got to spend a lot of time exercising. I got to spend a lot of time in the woods. Got to spend a lot of time seeing God's creation. I got to spend time with 4 other Christian guys, and of course, you know, one in addition to them that I saw a couple times today. That really filled me. That really helped me with fellowship. They really gave me a lot of fellowship. They gave me a lot today. It's just something that's really needed. And you know, especially I want to say thanks. You know, on this video, I want to say thanks to my friend Ryan, because he's always been there for me for as long as we've known each other. He's one of those friends that I kind of pick on a lot, whether he deserves it or not. You know, I really like him, so I pick on him. So it's just is one of those guys. But he's somebody that's like, you know, he's a really, really a true friend. And I can say the same about Randy too. But I've just felt like I really wanted to give a shout out to Ryan and say, hey buddy, I really appreciate you. So anyway, these are basically my thoughts, and I think that there's, in our materialistic culture, in our culture of we have to get everything done, we have to get everything done now, we kind of lose sight of what's important. You know, being able to spend time with God and being able to spend time with people, and in real time with people, you know, out in creation, not just time on Facebook or whatever. Anyway, so I think I've kind of said what I wanted to say here for today. You know, for those of you who this is my first video, this is your first video from me. Check out my website, which is greenslug.com. Remember, slug is spelled with 2 G's. And as always, God bless you all, and I hope you have a good day. Shalom.